Hello, beautiful people. Today we're going to be building a house using nothing but the blocks from the new update 1.21.4. Now, I've done this challenge once before with the 1.21 update, as seen behind me. But even then, we had more blocks than we have now. Let me show you. Here are the blocks we have to build with. Now, granted, it might look like more than that over there, but the thing is, we have a lot less color and variation. The only color we really have is resin, which could be nice in any other build, but orange is really not my favorite color, or my second, or third, or fourth, or really any of my favorite colors. But it's what we have to work with. And the rest of what we have to deal with is very monochromatic. This is going to be very interesting, to say the least. Now, because we don't have a lot to work with, I think we're gonna build something a little smaller, which I know is very unlike me because we all know I like them big. But I don't really have a choice because we have not very much to work with. So I'm thinking kind of maybe like a small cottage of some sort. There's not really much else I can think of doing. But as with our last challenge here, I am going to terraform the area. But I think I'm going to use the pale moss to do it. It will be interesting, to say the least. I have not used any of these blocks yet, and I'm a little concerned of what we're going to come up with. But now, let's get into our terraforming. Now, this was interesting, to say the least. I decided to make custom trees, like that would magically fix everything and make this look good. Spoiler, it didn't. And I'm just now realizing you can't actually see the trees I'm making because they're up in the sky above the recording, of course. But now you'll see me placing them all around, and it looks, well, I'll tell you how it looks. And there it is. Let's be honest, it looks like a blob. A detailed blob, but a blob nonetheless. It's just so monochromatic. There's no color, and I'm a bit ticked off because there is no stair, no slab that matches the pale log. So unfortunately, our trees are not as detailed as I would like, but I'm working with what I got. And speaking of working with what we got, it's not much. Like I said, very monochromatic, kind of boring, but it's something. This looks like if you took this and did this, but it's as good as it's gonna get. So now let's move on to the house, which should be interesting. Actually, before I move on to the house, I want to build a dock. Now, I don't know how this is gonna go. Oops. There we go. I mean, it's something. It's definitely something. You know, I'm not mad at it, but I'm not loving it either. No. I'm gonna switch it up. It's too bulky. I'm just gonna go for the standard. Just that, I guess. It just doesn't look right though. Yeah, it's fine. Sure, whatever. It's terrible. Okay, now onto the house, which, of course, I have made a rough little outline of kind of what I'd want to do. Now, I am contemplating whether or not I should use the resin as, like, the pillar here, or an accent block. I don't know. Because what do we have? We have the bricks, chiseled, and then just regular, which all look terrible. You know, I think what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna do something like that, then something like that, of course leaving a little space for the door, and then maybe a little something like that. Oh god, that's terrible. Sure. You know what? We're just gonna commit. We're gonna do it. We're gonna commit to it. It's gonna happen. I'm just gonna go around and put all of our pillars around. Then I'm gonna fill in the walls with our wood. Oh, you know what I just forgot? This. Kind of need to have a floor in our home, even though there's not really gonna be anything inside. I'm gonna see if I can maybe make a cool pattern. Okay, it's a bit busy and weird, but you know, it's kind of growing on me. It's unique for sure. Now back to the walls. Alright, now to add in the god-awful resin. You know, it physically hurts me to be adding this because I do not like the color orange at all. Oh god, it's so bad. Ooh, you know, I was gonna use the resin brick stairs and slabs for the, well, part of the roof. But now I've added the brick there, it wouldn't really look right. Yeah, see, it's too much brick on brick. So I might change this here to this. How does that look? Okay, yeah, that looks a bit better. That looks a bit weird now, but I'm just keeping it. I've got to add it in somewhere, I guess. I mean, let's be honest, everything about this build is weird, but at least that kind of breaks up that from that now, so. Let's continue with the roof. And you know, actually, I think I'm gonna change this. It's a little too tall. Yeah, it's a bit better. All right, this is what we're working with. It's not much, but it's something. It's something, all right. But I'm sure it'll look better once we get the detail in. The detail in. No, but really, we can do this, right? We can make something happen here. Maybe. I don't even know where to begin. I guess we can add some windows in, although we don't really have stuff for windows. So it'll be interesting. What would this look like? Which would I like better? That. Okay, not that. What? Ooh, what about those? Terrible. Absolutely terrible. Okay. That's really all I have to work with. What about a door? Maybe a door. No. No. Looks way too much like that. Okay. Well, fences it is, I guess. Now I kind of want to break up this resin from that resin. It's too similar. So I'm gonna try to do a little something here. I mean, it's not terrible, but I do like that it kind of breaks it up. We'll just add it around and we'll see if it works. Please work, because I don't know what else to do. Okay, it's not the worst thing in the world. I want to make, keyword want to, I don't know if I can, a little balcony. Would that look better? No, it would not. About that, no. What about a button? Maybe a button will fix all my problems. Not really, but I kind of like it. Oddly enough, I kind of like that. Now, what if we were to add this back in with the buttons? Okay, that looks a little bit better with the buttons. We might be onto something here. You know, I will come back to that if I want to. I don't know what else to add to it. So for now, we're just gonna move on. And I think what I'm gonna do is something like that to just further break up that resin accent. I can't decide if I like it. That is my problem with this build, is I can't decide if I like anything because I really don't like anything. You know, I think I'm liking it a little bit more and more every time we add more detail. Don't get me wrong, I still hate it, but I am hating it less and less. Unfortunately, there's not really much I can do with the roof. It's kind of just a one. Ooh, you know, never mind. I could maybe add some leaves. Maybe, possibly. I would just add a few. I don't want to overcrowd the area with leaves. Okay, I think it broke up the white a little bit without like totally covering it up. Ooh, I should add a little bit of this in. Yeah, just a tad, a smidgen of hanging moss. Oh, right, we were adding windows. I forgot. Okay, I have added a few windows around sides here. Don't bother asking about the back. I'm not showing you. But the door here. The door needs something. Maybe not that something. Maybe that's something? Yeah, that looks weird. Everything looks so weird. Okay. Okay, that's a bit better. Yeah, I could live with that. So I'm actually going to finish the details of our oh so lovely house off camera. So you don't get to see it. But what you do get to see is the final product. And there you have it. A house made entirely of 1.21.4 blocks only. Oh boy, was this a struggle. I don't suggest it. But unfortunately, guys, that's all the time we have for today. Even though I struggled a lot, I had fun, and that's what matters. But most importantly, I hope you also had fun. But I hope you guys have a great week, and I shall see you next time. Bye-bye!